This video is for a framing inspection for 9415 Ravinia. Just to start with the footprint of the deck, because of the easement, this was determined to be the spot where we would come out right where the concrete pad was. Technically, by the topographic survey, the concrete pad was within the easement. So I'm just back a hair. Once my fascia board and nosing of the decking are on, will be right there. So we followed the angle, and this section here is the 12 by 12. That is straight before the angle starts, as it shows on the print. Now, it's a low elevation deck, which I noted on the prints. When I started to set a 2 by 10 beam, I knew that I was going to be in trouble because I wasn't going to have enough room for a post. This still needs to be cut, but you can see the construction of the beam. It's about 8 inches. I've used adhesive to bond 2 structural 4x6s together and drove 6-inch lags, which is probably overkill, but because the weight of the deck is going to compress it down anyways. But I ended up working out really well because I have those standoffs that are fit for a 4x6 post vertically. So when it sat laterally, I was able to get Tapcons into my piers, and then the structural screws in to hold it. And then you can see I do have adhesive in between the 2 structural members. I have solid blocking in to prevent lateral movement of the posts, as was shown on the prints. You can see that here, here, an 8-foot rail here, 8-foot rail here, 8-foot rail here, here. There will be a post there for the top of the stairs, so I've got framing members to reinforce everywhere. My beam, or my joist to beam connection, was done with hurricane ties where it was straight. On the angle, I used right angle connectors. But you can see all the connections for joist to beam there. There is no ledger on this side of the house. Naturally, you cannot hang a ledger off of a house to another footer. So there's my beam on this side for the 8-foot 6 by 10 foot section. My stringers, and I have some pictures of the way the inside stringers are bolted to this cleat that I have on here. I have a 3 5/8 half-inch diameter lag screw to attach this outside stringer to the cleat, and then I used galvanized bolts to attach the cleat to the rim joist. The inside stringers are bolted from the back, and then I have some 3-inch structural screws that I use there. For the pad, to make a positive connection to stand the stringers off on grade, I dug a 4-inch deep little ravine, and then I put a 1-inch thick PVC board, and then I tacked that down with 24-inch stakes to hold it into place. And there will be some right angle connectors to hold the foot of the stringer down to that for a positive connection. As far as the ledger, this is all based on the deck ledger screws spaced per code. Like there, you're supposed to stay 2 inches away from the outside edge. I would feel better about having one in there, but there's so many of these daggone things that that's how it is. There's the aluminum flashing. Anywhere that I had a seam, I use a Tyvek tape to seal the seam. I have solid blocking throughout to prevent any twist in the midspan of the joist from the connection to the beam. And in this case, it would be with the ledger, but here it's just from beam to beam. I sealed in between my 1 double joist to prevent water infiltration from going down. There's the right angle connectors that I was talking about. You can see in some spaces with my with the beam that I had to level it up a little bit. So what I did was I just shimmed up with a 4x6 there, and I fused that to the underside to get it up. I made it a little bit bigger just to shim it up, but that's that. There's the blocking. I think I'd have 1 right angle connector on the footer, or I'm sorry, the foot of this stringer here, just to give you an idea how I keep that from going wobbly. There it is. So that stands the bottom of the stringer off from grade, and it gives me a good solid positive connection. The joist hangers all the way across on the outside, on the inside at the ledger. I'll go closer just so you can see, but you guys have seen enough of these friggin' things. Everything's 16 on center. This won't be, because that's where I ended at 12. But I just have 14.5-inch blocking here to make it 16 on center. And I'm ready for deck boards. So if you guys can take a look at this, and let me know if I'm good to cover, that would be great, because I'm pretty much ready. Any questions whatsoever, please give me a call. It's 216-406-7828. Bill Wall Carpentry Services. So if you guys see anything that causes you concern, just give me a buzz.